All right, everybody, get ready for another badass show tonight. It's going to be a really fun one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one tonight. We have the Palmer Squares, all the way from Chicago, Illinois, rap duo, Terminal Knowledge, Term K, Seth. We have Matt, Acumental, Ac. That's all just two people, John. So,
AKA.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a fun one, so everybody get ready for some Vinyl Voices.
Can't show off this beautiful shirt. Look,
It is a nice shirt.
it's nice, right? Look, we got the back there. Our
Cass Brandon,
We got the,
Pusch and Nguyen,
Yep,
personal law firm.
that's right, our
Injury
serious
attorneys?
sponsors. Yep. Just wanted to show off. Okay. Wardrobe change after this.
Yep, so when I hurt myself, I hurt my hand. Call Pusch and Nguyen. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is Vinyl Voices Radio. ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Dillman. All right, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN. I'm John Denman. He's Justin Dejas. And this week's show, we got a badass band from Chicago.
That's right, John. This week we got the Palmer Squares. We have Term K, Acumental, Term Ac. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah.
That works.
That's who we are.
That's us.
That is who you are.
Yeah,
I kind of
thanks for having
dropped the
us.
K a couple years ago, but, you know,
Just Term.
it follows me everywhere I go.
Right.
Yeah. It's still your name. Your name's forever.
Well, thanks for being here,
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
making a stop on a tour.
Hell yeah.
I love the studio setup. It just reeks of legitness.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
I like this.
wait, I'm still in a garage? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
the oil stains on the ground and, you know, some other stuff.
Oh, we
but-
can leave some extra stains before we get out of here.
Perfect.
We can add to the collection.
Perfect.
Yeah. I was telling John a little bit about how you guys also are podcasters. Like a few hundred episodes in now, right? Something like that.
Oh, yeah. 318 comes out this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That's, I think 2017 is when we started podcasting. And at the time, it seemed like we were getting in on some new cutting edge thing that not every single person would also have shortly after ours began. And we're terrible at like marketing it. It's really tough to, I don't know, for us, as we're not just exclusively podcasters. People mostly care about our music. And we're like, no, listen to our podcast too. And they're like, no.
It was never meant, we never fancied, I don't think we even still do fancy ourselves as podcasters. And, you know, 20 minutes ago when you said that you listened to some of them, yeah, we're kind of just like, oh no, really? We see it as something that would entertain the fans of our music while we aren't putting out music.
Yeah, I'm a fan of your music.
Yeah, just a fan.
Hell yeah. But as far as like just your average Joe podcast listener to like try it out, we never envisioned that. And yeah, to say that we're like a few hundred episodes into doing a podcast, it's like I gotta kind of remind myself, like, oh yeah, we are.
And I feel like your intro weans out anybody who's not ready for the rest of it too.
Yes.
Every episode starts with him like butchering a song, just singing it poorly, and
I need an example.
hit him with the little. What's a big song right now?
I don't know. I'm on the spot here. What I like to do is I like to sing like popular rap songs, but in the style of like pop punk, like emo voice.
He doesn't like to do it.
I just think it's stupid and silly. It
He
makes
has
me
to do it.
laugh. And we even did a poll a few months ago with our listeners, like, should we stop doing this? Because I don't like doing it anymore. And much to my chagrin, they all voted, like, keep doing it.
100%
going.
vote.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it
not
was
only do I think
unanimous.
the joke is, like, it's been dead forever, but every week I got to, like, think of a new song that I haven't done.
Right.
And then he's like, we're ready, but I got to sit there and think of, like, how do I emo-fy Kanye's new single? It doesn't really lend itself.
He pulls up like a Blink 182 reference.
All for like
like
7
tuning.
unfunny seconds of the episode that are gone immediately.
What's been the worst song that you did?
Shit.
There's some songs where like I don't even really know the original, and I only know his shitty emo version.
Yeah, I feel like for a while I got away from the quintessential voice and I was just screaming stuff.
I mean, you got to go through some different genres of music while you're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably should think about this a little bit because we just did our intro and it was meh.
We
Oh,
should
you got to
sing our
emify
intros.
it. Yeah, just do an emo next time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was already a Pusch and Nguyen song sing.
Well, the format for this show is we just listen to songs and we ask our guests to select 4 songs for us to listen to.
For sure.
So the first one that we're going to listen to, I already forgot. Oh, Spooky Language. Yeah, which is a good place to start.
It is a good place to start. It's off of our first project.
Self-titled.
Would you say?
Yeah,
EP?
the title song of our first project.
Yeah.
Album.
When did that come out?
2012. Yeah, spring 2012, I think,
Yes, May 8th.
to be specific.
May 8th was the day it dropped.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a video called Mayday, Mayday on our YouTube where I'm rapping in a car.
Uh-huh.
We made that to promote the dropping of the project, and I think I rhymed something about May 8th at the end.
All right. So know the specific date. That's pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're approaching the anniversary.
I mean, if you put that in a song,
Well, yeah.
much easier to remember.
Right. You can commemorate it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad plan. It's like, make a song about my anniversary or something.
Right.
Still those days. All right, let's listen to the song.
Actually, I've always had a rather extensive vocabulary, not to mention a phenomenal grasp of grammar and a superlative command of syntax.
We take it back to glass bottles in the Coke machine. Every time I take a breath, I'm converting oxygen to propylene. In the bathroom, door locked with a decoder ring. I pop a dozen dopamine and wash them down with Ovaltine. Thaumaturgy when I drop a verse. Stalker lurking in the yard with binoculars, and I ain't watching birds. Not a person that can stop me when I get the urge to dodge a car full of officers and dart with your mama's purse. I'm not normal, but isn't normal just a question of what you're most often exposed to? In that case, normal Zoloft in the cold brew. Finna doze off in a closed coffin. Yo, I told you I'm an opprobrious miscreant. Dopey and ignorant, throwing a hissy fit, but nobody gives a shit. Cold as a witch's tit, cold as a Mr. Pip, cold as the shoulder one looks over the pistol whip. Getting lit, we sniff blow cut with a pixie stick. Coronas and whiskey, I go from sober to tipsy quick. Ecumenical studies, notes on arithmetic. Pro-ed linguistics, I can vocally split your wig. Yo, we caused the global climate to rise. While most stay blind to the lies, I keep my eye on the prize. Like Cyclops, looking hard at Ty Cobb's rookie card. High tops hoodie and my iPod's fully charged. That's what I'm talking about. I'm running off at the mouth. The gum flapping, tongue lashing, crackers rapping, a Dutch yapping.
Allow me to speak next, loud as a T-Rex. Hell's bells and a hound dog with 3 heads, surrounded by demons, breathing heavily. I can never be beaten. Sing the sweetest melody, call me the heavenly heathen.
People find my name farthest up the roster, cause the parlance I be dropping's hot enough to strip the varnish off a locker. We harness all the power imaginable. The towering amateur flow imposter starring opposite Madeline Stowe.
When my vernacular bursts, I leave the trash at the curbside. These cats got a patch in their third eye. We hit the block and the plot to your story twist. On top, never coming off, call me Maurice Wiggs.
Trying to move from nameless to the A-list. The type of crew you'd need a noose to hang with. Truly dangerous. Hot boxes, Studebaker. Watch my hoopty shapeshift into a lunar spaceship. Super 8 shit.
I'ma crash into the pavement. Turn your fast hand into a sprained wrist. Losing faith in the game, we try to stay grizzly. You could call me Rudy Gay in the paint, bitch.
Another late night feeding the mogwais. Eager to watch the new season of Mob Wives. Making hits with Nathan Kids. Waking up the neighbors' kids. Yeah, they see how spooky my language is.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm running off at the mouth.
The gum flapping, tongue lashing, crackers rapping, a Dutch yapping.
The spooky language. I best warn y'all to back up, lest you wanna get your flesh torn by the shrapnel. Fruity ass rappers is oranges and apples. The grown up rascal, not warm, I'm Tabasco, my babe. A big bitch way beyond blue ox. Vain journalistic, maybe I'm Lou Dobbs, term stew and beef. Craving on goulash, pockets on E. Haters on Stugatz, jazz hands, scat man, flaming hot doo-wop. Cheesy ass rappers, y'all take the fondue pot. Who got the herb?
Knock.
Do not disturb and dead resurrected.
Stop.
Tupac Shakur. I guess what can I say that ain't perceptible? before. If you ain't a predator, you better head for shore. We set sail straight forth, don't be thrown by the red tail. Hay fork and double horns, y'all. Nevermore, Edgar Allan flow. Turn K, settle scores at the talent show. Rappers going back and forth in a palindrome. I get mechanical and leave your gasket blown back for more when I'm at your door. Volcanic flow, turn you to ash and stone like the Krakatoa. Hot breath is a breath of air, you better get it clear. I'm debonair on some credit stare. That's what I'm talking about. I'm running off at the mouth. The gum flapping, tongue lashing, crackers rapping, guts yapping.
Designed to scare and control primitive people.
Spooky language.
Spooky language.
I don't know if I've ever just listened to the video version without also watching the video. Yeah.
With people watching you listening to the video.
I feel like the ending, it's just funny to hear us like throw the mic on the ground and like pick it back up. Spooky language. I guess that's how we chose to end that.
I mean, it works, either way. Yeah, the people actually ended their songs with the name of the song. Probably remember the name of the
Yeah,
song.
as if we didn't say it enough in the 3 repeats of the chorus. Let me remind everybody. It's cool.
That one that's a pretty long song.
Yeah, we were saying we don't really play it live often, even though it's not even maybe, it's one of our most listened to, most streamed. It's, again, the title track of our first album, so it's had the most time to get attention and streams and everything. So people know that one, but I think we have a lot of songs. It took us a while to figure out that we had to, like, not both rap 50 bars in every song because we both just had that much. And I don't know, it works for some of our live YouTube videos a little better than it plays on the album, or plays at a live show. Some of them I just feel like I'm almost getting bored because we've been rapping on the same beat loop for 4 minutes and there's 3 minutes left, and I think we could have done 3 songs in the time of this one.
So you're writing that, like writing those songs and all this. I mean, you put together what you want, you combine.
Try to keep it even, or like we'll show each other, like this is how long mine is, so if you want to match that, it doesn't always have to match, but
to a fault.
Yeah.
Where I think we've been learning as of late, like it doesn't always need to be mirrored, and especially like for time's sake, if one of us already has 50 bars, the other one shouldn't necessarily match it.
That's also sort of like back in those days, especially. 2012, this is a long time ago, so when we were making our first album, I feel like we had a lot of just loose verses that needed a home, and we did things we put on YouTube, just rapping at a camera, because that's kind of how we started,
right.
And then we like it, so we wanted actually on like a studio mixed track, so we'd reallocate that over here, and now it's, when we write stuff, it's a little more, we have the beats in advance, and this is my thematic to this beat, and we know now, like, let's not go overtime with it. I'm going to keep the verse concise. And but yeah, at the time, we would just have like, I don't know, 4 minutes worth of loop. It wasn't written as like, this is going to be 3 songs. It's just a stream of consciousness of raps. And sometimes you got to learn how to like chop it in 3. And it's weird to separate something that was like born together.
That's one, yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's too much for one thing. So why don't we get, 2 for 1 out of this and split it in half, or figure out how to, I don't know, divide and conquer a little better than, I wrote 100 bars, so let's make a song with this verse. It's like, well, I think we could we could use that space more appropriately on the album or on the recording,
Yeah. Have you always written separately your rhymes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been
Yeah.
rare occurrences where we, and we challenge ourselves to change that for some songs. Maybe if we have a feature, or we have like our
Super
Junkyard
rare.
Samurai side project.
Super rare.
Yeah, super rare. What I'm trying to say is
90+% of everything each one of us has written was written like alone. in our own quarters.
And we might give each other our notes when we show each other what we would written alone in our own quarters and be like,
Yeah.
you know, oh, that fits with something that I have here, and we start putting the puzzle
Usually,
together.
you can attribute each song to one of us, like the chorus, or even selecting the beat. You know, one of us will come to the other and be like, "Hey, I've been writing to this beat, and this is my idea for the hook," which then will imply a thematic, and then we'll show like the other one the verse that we wrote.
Yeah.
So that now I've heard what he has for this beat and the angle he's taking, and I can run with that.
Right.
It's very rare where we like sit down from the jump. We've done it on a few occasions, but where we sit down like from scratch and we both pick a beat and we pick a topic and we sit there and come up with the verses and the hooks together. We
Seems like
definitely
it'd be tougher to do that, right?
I think it's
Because you're forcing.
I think
it's
something. However you learn to work. We just learned to work the other way, and some people learned to do it together, and for them that's easier.
It's been cool. We've done songs with other artists that would come to our studio space to do their
It's usually when
verse.
we feel forced to kind of change it up and do it more communal.
I've seen people come to our space to do a verse on one of our songs, and they'll like come with nothing, and they'll just step out for 30, 40 minutes and write a verse.
insane.
And then that's the thing and we've done that before. Would never do it in 30 minutes, but I've written a verse like in studio or like had a studio session booked where the night before I write the verse and record it the next morning. Like it's happened, but I do like to take my time. That is like the way we've sort
If
of
I
learned
showed
our
up
flow.
day of when I'm supposed to make a collaboration with someone and I don't have anything, it's because I failed to prepare. So
Right.
for someone to show up with like, no, I meant to show up with nothing, and I'll come up with it here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
to me.
impressive because I
That's
definitely
admirable.
Yeah.
I like to take my time a little more, or at least for my own, whatever my standard is, it deserves or like I'd like to
Right.
have a little extra attention on it. I don't show up and then 30 minutes later, like, I got this. And a lot of times I'm not even like saying these other people we've worked with are, it's like they come with something awesome and I'll be
Right.
like, they did that, they turned that around from nothing to something very quickly. And I just
different-
know that's not how I work.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, no, like what Lionel Richie did for Kenny Rogers. Like he showed up and he's like, Kenny Rogers was like, hey man, did you make me a song? And he's like, no, I'll do it right now. He went to the bathroom, came out and with Lady. Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's, some people have that. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
I
interesting though.
as a fan, I appreciate the approach that you guys take because, I mean, I have thought about this and how to say it. I want to be careful because I love all music and, rap music and, but when I listen to some of the rhymes, they're just like so smart, like just from the standpoint of like, man, like to come up with that particular rhyme following,
Take it.
following this line, it builds up to the payoff almost. It's like,
Right.
So I appreciate that y'all take the time to do that.
Fooling you into thinking we're smart takes a lot of time.
Yes.
I mean, I have listened to the podcast too, so
Well, it's all like I think also relative to like if you don't know what we're talking about or what we're referring to or referencing in any given line, then yeah, we get comments from young people all the time. It's I say young people
I assume.
because often what we're referencing is like some fucking movie from the 1970s or something.
right.
So they'll be like, dude's just saying words, none of it makes sense, and it's like if you don't know
Right.
the references or anything, then yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That is a big part of all
If
of
you
our.
do, then God bless.
Yeah.
I'm gracious that I like somebody connected,
Oh yeah, that's
and now I look smart finally.
no. The way that I got hooked in is through my son, and it's just like, oh, what is this that you're listening to? And
Right.
it is those rhymes that you guys build up, just this line, and it all leads to like this certain payoff. I mean,
That's always what I liked about listening to rap before I was writing raps. Those were my favorite rappers. When even if they're not that, they're still kind of surface level. If I get the reference, like there's an old like hieroglyphics song where dude says like perfectly scripted like Scorsese's Raging Bull, lanky like Kirilenko, and I'm like, I'm going to film school at this time.
Right.
And I actually had never seen Raging Bull. And I was like, I heard that reference in a rap before I saw the movie.
wow.
I love the NBA. I got the Kirilenko reference. I was just like, And if you don't watch the NBA or know what that movie is or whatever, it's like that might fall on deaf ears. So we might overdo it, but yeah, specifically movies, we're both like movie nerds and the references, and we're always quoting fucking Adam Sandler movies
And I've always
everywhere
loved
we go.
Easter eggs like that.
Yeah.
Where,
You gotta dig
I
for it a little
enjoy
bit.
a song, and then, you know, however long after learning of and enjoying the song, I learn of the movie or whatever that was referenced in it, and then now, oh, I like that song even more. That line makes even more sense to me.
Right.
There's a lot of just kind of surface level rap music there where you kind of don't get that. I heard the verse the first time. I understood everything he said. It was mostly about, you know, their possessions
Right.
or social status.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're nerds, so we like references to nerd ass
I've also
shit.
heard plenty of pop songs that I enjoy enough where it's hard to be, for us at least, to be like simple lyrically, just one syllable
Right.
pattern or something. Like we're always trying to like just really, you know, look under the hood with the whole verse
That's
and
not
get
like
into the parts.
tooting our own horns.
And we've tried to
we
keep
wish
it
we
simple.
could do like monosyllabic verse.
Radio hits favor simplicity and stuff like that, and it's been tough.
I can't do it. It's
Yeah.
I don't know how to write like that.
Choruses, I
Thank
feel like, are more of a challenge than the verses because choruses aren't supposed to be like full of Easter eggs and so complex. They're supposed to be like the refrain you can sing along
Right,
to,
right.
and that's tougher to me, especially. It's just like I can sit there and come up with crazy movie references more easily, maybe because I've done it for so many years now. But I've tried to dumb it down, for lack of a better term, like because I think that would be a good thing for a song, and it is harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
So we get back, we'll talk more. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. We'll be right back.
What